Welcome, everybody. Welcome back into the day four of our incredible, our amazing, our wonderful You Scare Challenge. As you can see on the screen, day four is about quit trying harder. And as we get into today's session, I'm going to explain you what does that exactly mean? What do I mean by quit trying harder? But before we start, I want to make sure that you all can hear me and you all can see the slide. And as you're joining in, do let us know in the comment box from which part of the world you are tuning in. From which part of the world you are tuning in today, do let us know in the comment section. Go ahead in the comment section, introduce yourself, let us know from where you are tuning in and what is your major goal and objective for ending this year. Now, see, I have been talking about ending this year from last few days because it's not about waiting for the next year. It's about ending this year with some incredible, some powerful, and some amazing momentum. So that is what we are going to discuss today. So welcome everybody. Welcome back into day four. It is all about quit trying harder. You have already seen that on the screen. That's what I'm going to talk about today. Quit trying harder. So, how are you all? How are you all? What are you doing? How has been your last few days? Have you made any good solid progress? Do feel free to share that with me. And just like the last 3 days, I'm super excited. In fact, more excited than I was at the beginning of this challenge because this challenge is absolutely moving towards some incredibly powerful, you know, powerful, I must say, a point. Because when I started this challenge, my motive was to just share information, guide people, motivate them, inspire them. But now my motive is constantly expanding. It's like awareness. Once you know how much powerful you are, once you know what you're capable of doing, all of a sudden, your opinion about life changes. That's what is happening. That's what is happening with me. So before we begin today, I want to give you a small task right now. And the task is pretty simple. Share this video as much as you can, guys, with your friends, your family, wherever you can, because I want to impact more and more people. Because I'm going to start the topic in just less than 1 minute from now. Okay. So, what I'm going to do right now is that I'm giving you a time, and the time is to you know, think about something that you really, really want. Okay. So, for that, I'm giving you a timer of 30 seconds. Okay. You have a 30-second timer. Think about what you really want. Go ahead, guys. All right. So I hope you have thought about it. What do you really want? Who wants to share that in the chat box? I'm waiting to see some of your comments in the comment box, because when you comment in the comment box, that encourages me. That shows me how serious you are, how dedicated you are about being here in this Use Here challenge. And you're not just here to, okay, let's see whether this helps me or not, and all that stuff. Okay. So here we go. Quit trying harder. How many of you have heard from your coaches, your mentors, maybe your parents, that do hard work, do more hard work? How many times you have heard the phrase hard work? I'm not against it, okay, but I want you to go beyond that. I want you to understand the real significance of life, because usually it's not just about hard work. Okay, there is a reason. So if you want to achieve greater results, we are talking about use care, we are talking about quantum leaps, we are talking about, you know, getting the kind of results that you have never gotten before. So quantum leaps cannot be achieved through incremental steps or through more of the same. Okay, you have got to shift gears. You have to follow a new pattern of thought and action. The rules of what works and what doesn't always change when you are trying to make a move from normal performance to use care. Now here is a deadly quote coming in: more of the same usually just give you more of the same. Are you fed up making same kind of things again and again and again and again, trying same kind of moves again and again and again? And for how long you are going to rely on sheer hard work? You know, if hardworking people in the world could, could have earned a lot of money, then the people who do labor work could have been millionaire or billionaires. Nothing against them. They're very honest people. They do their work with, you know, obedience. They do their work with full honesty. But the problem is that hard work puts limit on what you can accomplish. So what is the way? Some of you might be getting confused here, right? That what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an effortless way. An effortless way, that is a path to a least resistance. You see, whenever the water flows, it always follows the path of least resistance. You know, water does not try to find a difficult path, it will just go with the flow. If there is something blocking its way, it won't fight, it will find its way around it. So how many times you have been fighting with an obstacle in your life, rather than changing your perception and thinking about, is there a way around? How many times you have found yourself getting stuck in a situation, you know, where you are just keep on trying one idea, keep on trying one idea, when you know there are many other ideas that could have been executed, but you haven't done that just because you was in the circle of hard work. You was in the circle of, oh no, I'm going to stick to that, I'm not going to take a risk, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, I am just going to stick to that. How many times you have done that? I know many of you have done that, and many of you may have been still doing it. If you have done that in the past, and if you're still doing it, my dear friends, in my understanding and in my honest opinion, it is the time right now to bring the change. It is the time right now to bring the change. How many of you are ready for that change? How many of you are ready for that change? Feel free to go in the comment box, because not going in the comment box tells me two things about you. Number one, you're not yet ready to make the move. Number two, you're feeling shy about yourself. Either way around, it is holding you back, because we are talking about more of the same usually just give you more of the same. So if you keep using the same method again and again, you're going to keep getting the same results again and again, until or unless you change your perception, you change your mindset, you change your point of view about that idea. Because that's what is important. Now I'll read the next few paragraphs here for you from this marvelous passage that I have. And I believe this is going to really trigger an idea or maybe multiple ideas in your mind. So be mindful of that, okay? Stop and think about it. Here's the way it goes: more of the same usually gives you more of the same. Of course, if that's mainly what you're after, fine. Try a little harder, get a little better payoff, try a lot harder, you can expect a lot better results, right? Well, possibly, but it's definitely not a sure thing. Why? Because even hard work has a limit. You can only just keep working hard, keep working hard, keep working hard up to a certain limit. You know, after a few weeks, few months, or after a few years, you're going to feel exhausted. physically you are going to feel exhausted and you are going to reach a point where you will be on the end of your ideas. Then what you will do from that point onwards? Only two things you can do. One, you stay in the same zone again and again and you keep struggling, or you blame others, or you keep saying that things never work out for me, and you keep saying that it worked for other people, it won't work for me. Or you make a decision. What kind of decision? Decision to shift yourself, decision to shift your mental attitude, decision to rewrite a new story of you. Are you ready to rewrite a new story of you? Are you ready to really go out there and make incredible things happen or not? If your answer is yes, don't be shy. Chat box, comment box, it's right there. It's there for you. It's there for you for a purpose. Now, listen carefully. Okay. Now before we do that, I want to share a story with you. Okay. And it is a story of a fly, a bee. Once a bee got trapped up into, a room. Okay. And the bee was trying to hit against the window, against the window, against the window, trying again and again and again and again and again. But the bee doesn't realize that just 1 feet away, there is a door on the other side, and that door is open. And it just takes few seconds for the bee to fly away from the door and reach the freedom. But what the bee tried? Kept on hitting the window, kept on hitting the window. Why? Bee doesn't have an understanding and awareness of there is another way around. As a human being, you have been blessed with the mind, but our problem is that since we got our mind for free, we don't value it. You know, the things we got for free on this planet, we don't value those things. The things we got for free on this planet, we don't value at all. And one of the most important things we got for free is our mind. We don't value it. And that's everything. How many free courses you have signed up for? How many free, PDFs you have on your laptop? How many free books you have? How many of them you have studied? How many free webinars you have registered in the past few months, in the past 2 years? How many of them has you seriously participated in? That's the problem with free resources. If we got free internet, we are going to use it even to the last GB. But if we got a free information, we're going to just treat it like, okay, maybe it might be good for somebody else, not for me. We don't treat things that are important and that we got in free. These 30 days that I'm going to spend here with you, you're going to get a lot of information for free. But are you going to value that information? That's on you. And that's the story right here. He said the little insect could have turned away from the window 180 degrees, followed the path of least resistance as it flew to the open door, a quantum leap to freedom. 10 seconds of effortless flight would have produced total success, whilst hours of frustration and panic spent beating its wings against the glass were destined to end fruitlessly in death on the dusty windows well. How many of you are knocking in your life, not realizing that there could be another way? Think about it. Think about it very seriously. This is the this is one of the most powerful mindset idea that you can gain from me while being into these sessions. Quit trying harder, because hard work is never the answer. You got to find an effortless way. And to find an effortless way, you got to work on your mind. You got to work on your mind. You cannot find an effortless way until or unless you stop paying attention to the harder ways out there. Now, it is very, very simple, okay, my dear friends. But the point here is that why we don't pay attention, okay? Think about it. It's simple, but why we don't pay attention? The reason why we don't pay attention is pretty clear that I told you yesterday. Since we have been conditioned from childhood, from birth, we have been programmed with an idea of that only hard work pays off. We have been programmed with an idea that we have to work harder, we have to work harder and harder if we want to achieve great success. It may have some merit of truth to it, but it's not the complete truth. Hard work clubbed with right mindset is the formula to success. Success is about 95% mindset and 5% action or strategy. But people have reversed the equation. If you ask anybody around yourself today that what you're doing to improve your mindset, the people will be blank. They will be lost. You know why? Because we have never been told that mindset is important. We have never been told that we got to study and we got to put effort to improve ourselves. We have been told to invest on our clothes. We have been told to invest on our gadgets. We have been told to buy fancy earphones. We have been told to have fancy mobile, fancy clothes, fancy cars. But we have never been told that we need to have a fancy mindset. That is a biggest gap in the education system out there. How we can fulfill that gap? To fulfill that gap, that's what we're doing right here, providing you this education. Our company, Human Potential and Growth, it is based upon this and this idea only. We have one motive, and the motive is to help people, encourage them to achieve the success that they want to achieve. You can get whatever you want only if you understand who you are, what you want, and how to get it. And that's the answer right here. Now, listen carefully again to the next paragraph. He said, now, this is not an argument against self discipline or persistence. These are true virtues. Over a lifetime, they can make a powerful contribution to success and achievement. They are fundamental to the development of your talents. It's extremely important to apply yourself diligently, and sometimes staying power is what delivers a big win. But ordinarily, you will find that trying harder produce only incremental gains, not quantum leaps. Also, keep in mind that trying harder, even a lot harder, sometimes offers little more than a straight path to burnout. Attempting to succeed through more of the same, being resolute, and relying on committed effort can blind you to better pathways. Incredible. If you want to make quantum leaps, quit trying harder. More effort isn't the answer. How many times we become blinded with an idea of that only this is going to work out for me. This is the way I want to work. This is how I'll get results. How many times we have blinded ourselves with these ideas? When we blind ourselves with these ideas, we don't see what else is there. We don't see what I can get over there. We only see what I have right now. It's working. It's working. Don't be settled in your life, my dear friends. The biggest mistake many of you are making, and even I was making many, many years ago, was getting settled. Getting settled with what I had. Never the answer. Never. Never was, never will be. Never was and never will be. If you want to achieve greater and grander success in your life, you got to understand that you have to go beyond achieving something what do you think you can. Now, let me just explain you everything on a diagram, because I believe you got to understand that. You got to understand about the mind, and you got to understand how our mind function. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to share a screen with you right now. So just a second. In the meanwhile, please engage in the comment box if you have anything on your mind. If you want to share something, you can share it. Okay. In the meanwhile, let me just bring the whiteboard here. Here we go. Okay, cool. All right. I guess now you can see the whiteboard, right? Perfect. Yes. Cool. All right. Now, what I want you to do right now is that pay attention to the screen. Okay. Now, we have been talking about hard work, right? Now, first of all, let's understand that hard work is never the answer. Why? To understand that, you got to understand mind. Many people have no idea, no clarity about mind. If I ask you how does your mind looks like, you will be lost to give me a definition. So I'm going to draw a diagram which represents the mind. Let this circle represents your mind. Let this small circle represents your body. And let this dumbbell represents your brain. Now understand that for the sake of understanding, your mind is divided into two parts. This is your conscious mind and this is your subconscious mind. Now, for the past 3 days, I have been talking about paradigms. So you have a paradigm, you have a way of thinking. What is paradigm? It controls how you think about yourself, it controls how you behave, and it even controls how you act in a certain situation. Ultimately, it is your paradigm that is controlling every single result that you're getting in your life right now. I repeat, it is your paradigm that is controlling every single result. Okay, every single result that you are getting in your life right now. Whether your conscious mind controls 5% of activities that you do every day, your subconscious mind controls 95% of the activities that you do every single day. That means the time when you wake up, how you behave with people, how you treat people, how you talk to people, or how you even present yourself in front of people, what you believe about yourself, what you're capable of doing, what you're not capable of doing. Everything is being controlled by your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is pre-programmed with these ideas. I repeat, your subconscious mind is pre-programmed with all these ideas. And you know what is the biggest challenge? The challenge is that for our whole life we have been coached, we have been told by schools, education systems, everybody, all the education that you have taken so far was for the development of your conscious mind. None of the information that you have learned in your school has taught you anything about your subconscious mind. They never taught you how powerful your subconscious mind is. They never taught you that it is your subconscious mind that alters your results. Like, for example, a very common example. How many of you know that when it is red light, you got to stay over there and do not cross it? How many times you stay there? Now, there are many parts in the world where people still do things even after knowing that they should not do it. How many times you eat junk food when you know that you're on a diet and you should not eat it? So, what is the problem? The problem is not in your knowing. You already know, my dear friend, and that is the working of your conscious mind. Your conscious mind knows everything. What do you have to do? But the problem is that when it comes to doing, when it comes to taking action, that is not controlled by your conscious mind. That is controlled by your subconscious mind. When it is controlled by your subconscious mind, the problem appears. You know why? Because we do not do it. Now let me, you know, explain you on a new page. Okay, because this has been something powerful that I have shared with you. Okay, now I want you to rethink about it. All right, so listen very carefully, and Look at the screen. All right. Let me just go back. In the meanwhile, I want you to think about what I have just told you. Okay. I want you to think about what I have just told you about the paradigm, about the knowing, about the doing, because your mind is literally being controlled right now by the ideas that are right there in your subconscious mind. Okay, like for example, many of us know that if we wake up early every single day, we will have some extra hours to work on our, our, maybe to go to walk, maybe to go to gym, maybe to read a book, maybe to meditate. How many of us actually wakes up even after knowing it? Not most of us, right? Why? That's the challenge. That is the challenge. And in fact, that is the battle. That is the battle. Look right here on the screen. Okay, here we go. Here is your mind. Okay, I think the color changed. You have a conscious and a subconscious mind. All right. You have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And there is your body, and here is your brain. Let me know if you can see that on the screen. Okay, if you don't see it, also let me know. Okay, now what I told you, that this is your conscious mind, this is your subconscious mind. It is the subconscious mind that governs every single activity, right? Subconscious mind control every single activity. Why does that happen? There's a paradigm, but it doesn't happen by luck or chance. We have been putting ideas over there in our subconscious mind. When you was a little kid, the kind of people you was associated with, you gained their beliefs. Whatever they think about, you adopted that without even you knowing what you was doing. You see what I'm talking about right here? You see from where the challenge is coming? That's how the challenge is coming. The challenge is coming because we have we have been programmed with ideas that we never know was dangerous for us. And since we have been programmed with such ideas, now we are having difficulties changing ourselves. So the answer is, what's the solution? The solution is, make a decision. Make a decision to work on yourself. Make a decision to diligently change yourself. 5 years ago, when I started my journey into personal development, I was like most of you. I was lost. I still remember I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just started personal development with the motive of improving myself. I was into sales, so I started learning about personal development. I started learning how I can integrate this information into my sales, or how I can grow my sales by studying, what the authors are talking about. And within less than a year, I went from earning no dollars to generating a business of more than $50,000 for the company I was working with at that time. How was it possible? It was all possible because I made a decision. I made a decision that I'm going to do exactly what my mentors were telling me. And whatever my mentors were telling me, it worked like a gold mine for me. Why? Because I learned the basic ideas. As I said, I was learning about my subconscious mind. My conscious mind already knows what to do. But the problem is that it's knowing, it's not the knowing that matters, it's the doing that matters. Like, for example, I can tell you how to overcome your anger, right? You know how to overcome your anger. Is it going to improve you? Not at all, until or unless you do it. Like, for example, let me share a very powerful tool. Like, for example, I have a rubber band over there. Okay, not a rubber band, a wristband, sorry. I have a wristband over there. What is the purpose of it? Many may say that you're wearing it for like fashion or all that stuff, but that is a tool. What is the tool? The tool is that whenever I find myself talking too much to myself negative, thinking about negative ideas, I have a habit. I'll pull it off and I'll kick it like that. That's a knowledge that I have given you. But if you don't apply it, you won't get the results. And many of you are going to say that, oh, it's silly. It cannot work. My dear friends, who said you to believe that it will work? Entertain the idea of possibility. It is about possibility because personal development is not a, it's not a secret, it's not a complicated philosophy, it's a information to play with, have fun with it, enjoy the process, because it teaches you what is the universal truth. And if you play with that philosophy, if you put that philosophy into work, my dear friend, the results can be absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal that you may have never ever imagined. And I believe you cannot even imagine. Like the kind of results I haven't got in the last 5 years, if I go back and ask myself, would I have done that without personal development? The answer is going to be absolute no, because I definitely would have never done that without personal development. The belief that I have in my ability right now, it is because of personal development. The confidence that I have in my ability right now, it is because of personal development. Are you ready for your personal development? Are you ready to go out there and make things happen? If you are, I am here to support you. I am here to guide you. In the last 3 days, I have been waiting for you to reach out to me if you have any questions, any doubts. Some of you have reached out to me. I'm waiting for all of you to do that. Because remember, whenever you have a question, the answer is there. But you got to approach the right people. You got to seek help from right people. I'm not saying I'm the best. There might be many people who are best out there, but I can definitely tell you what I am, the kind of service that I'm going to provide you. That will be unique in itself. There will be better than me people. There will be amazing people than me out there, but I am who I am. That's what I'm proud of. It's not an arrogant way of saying thing. It's about because I want to impress an idea to your subconscious mind that if I can change my life, if I can change the life of n number of my clients in 7 different countries, I can help you too. I can help you too. So on that note, we're coming to the conclusion of a day 4. It has been again an absolutely incredible session talking to you, interacting to you. So I hope you are enjoying this Use Care challenge, but I'll encourage you that invite your friends and family, because this challenge is not just to enjoy yourself. This challenge is to bring your family members, bring your friends, listen together. Listen together later on. Think about these ideas and let's see how it will make a big difference in your life. So thank you so much, everybody. Pleasure talking to you. I'm looking forward to be live again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Indian time, and with another great mindset idea. Till then, take care. Live the life the way you want to live. Bye bye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.